Hi, welcome to a new episode of the video series on human-centric robotics. Today is the second week of April 2025 and I'm coming to you from iconic Sydney Harbour Bridge in Australia. And today's video will be walking across the Harbour Bridge from this side and we'll be discussing some inspirational topics on teacher-student interaction. And we'll be discussing how teacher-student interaction could be a good example on designing human-centric robotic solutions. If you are new to this channel, please watch the previous video here. In that particular video, I was explaining who I am and I was stating why human-centric robotics is the future and why it's considered to be the fifth industrial revolution. And also I gave some examples and reasons why I'm working on this topic. Along the way I'm walking, I'll be talking, giving examples and giving some insights about my research. And particularly the second episode today is about giving some examples on how teacher-student interaction could be the starting point on designing some algorithms for robotics, particularly human-centric robotics. So let's delve into it. A teacher can explain a concept and a student applies that knowledge to solve some problems. Let's say teacher taught new knowledge and discussed new topics. Then teacher gave a homework or an assignment to the student. And the student goes back to home and tries to solve that assignment and realizes that with the previous knowledge information provided by the teacher, the homework, some parts of the homework, let's say, cannot be solved. Then the next day the student comes to the class and asks a particular question on feedback, a particular question to gain some new knowledge, new insights about solving particular problem that previously the day before student couldn't solve. Then teacher realizes this, understands this, and gives in additional information to solve particular problem. What if I say that this model could be applied for human-centric robotic applications? But in this case, we have to state that teacher is a human and student is a robot. In this perspective, as you can see, that we are not putting a teacher as a problem, we are considering a teacher as a source of information. Therefore, that's a crucial point in this inspiration, because of saying that teacher is not a problem but a source of information for the student. That's why student as a robot should seek for some feedback from the teacher, as in our case, teacher being a human and a student being a robot, or teacher being as a master of information, of a task, and student being a servant that tries to learn from the teacher, from the master. So in this video, I will give you 3 examples of what kind of solutions can be done, what kind of algorithms could be developed in this particular case of getting inspired from teacher-student interactions. One example I would want to give you is learning from demonstrations. So imagine a case where a teacher is demonstrating how to paint. A student wants to paint something using brush. But for the first timer, teacher will not dump all of the information to the student, but actually teacher will step by step from easy to difficult, go in a systematic, structured way to teach a task. Similarly, when in our case of human-centric robotics, in a case of humans and robots working together, let's say, human will not dump all information at once, but gradually, I would say, in a curriculum, particular or structured curriculum manner, will give information as robot learns new tasks. Second example I want to give you today is empathy from observations. Well, as you know, robots are not human and they can't be a biological organ, but what they can do is to do calculations, computations, or some sort of optimizations. Therefore, the empathy part becomes a mimicking empathy part. So robot has to learn how to mimic how humans have an empathy on others. The third example I want to make today is about understanding the contextual information. As you know, robots nowadays are used as tools, but what is missing is that they have to understand and reason on top of contextual information. So this is Opera House, beautiful, iconic scenery. And that's a beautiful Harbour Bridge that we are walking across. So yeah, that's it. That's three things that is needed. As I said, first one is learning from demonstrations, learning how to imitate the behavior that's been demonstrated. The second one is learning from observations, or I would say developing an empathy from observation, or in a case of human behavior, being a source of information to observe. The third one is the development of understanding the contextual information, because it's quite important to have that contextual information to seek important feedback from the teacher. That's what students do. They have that contextual idea of why they are doing the things that they are doing. So this is iconic ferries in Sydney, green and yellow ones, as you can see. That place is called Circular Quay, where all of these ferries end up going. So from that circular quay you can go to anywhere else that these ferries go. Yeah, so as a concluding point, as I said, this video will be short. It's just giving you three examples of algorithms to be developed and getting inspired from teacher-student interaction. If you are new to this channel, again, watch the previous video. I will put a link here, and subscribe so that you can get notified immediately when I publish a new video. People are climbing on top of Harbour Bridge, so they will be walking on top of this arch. And that's it. I found it incredibly useful to get inspired from teacher-student interaction. The goal there is to get a new algorithmic design to solve some problems with human-centric approach. So thanks for watching the video. And if you like this series to be continued, please like the video and also leave a comment if you want. If you have any suggestions where to go or what topics to discuss, and also if you have any comments, disagreements of any sort, please leave down in the comments down below. I really appreciate that. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. It will benefit me a lot. So that's it. See you in the next video then. And before leaving you, I will leave you with the beautiful scenery footage of Sydney Opera House. Let me show you. So see you in the next video. Bye.